Nobody can ever take that away again because we got it on. We recorded this.
Tape. That's right, and it's the truth. I also listed it in my book too. I have a
now. What's the name of your book?
Autobiography called "Dancing in the Street: The Confessions of a Motown Diva," and it's on Hyperion, which is a subsidiary of Disney Publishing, and it was released in 1997. Help me. Come up to date. 1997. It was the year after my mom left this earth. She had a chance to see my book, and
was one of the secrets.
Have a copy.
What's one of the secrets in the book?
Oh, that the first secret was that Eddie Kendrick was on his deathbed, and I was able to get the Rhythm and Blues Foundation to help with his funeral services, because most of us, I'm insured, but most of us didn't know that they passed so soon in their life. Most of the people of my generation, my peers, have passed on. None of them reached 50, 55. They were young when they passed away, and I'm glad to still be here, and I'm happy to be 69. It feels real good. I'll be 70 in a minute, and I'm still walking and talking and having fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we're getting a bunch of calls. We're going to hold up a little bit longer on the calls. We're going to take a break.
Don't let them hang up now. I want to
No,
talk
they're
to
not going to hang up because they want to talk to you.
Because I'm up at 11 o'clock at night. I got to talk to somebody. Call me.
They're not going to hang up. I'm going to dash back over here, and we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
When we come back from the break, we're going to let you, we're not going to let you, we're going to
just enjoy.
Appreciate.
Just enjoy.
You.
Enjoy my music. I did a CD called Home to You. I recorded it in 2000. And my brother did my logo. We called it the Itch label because they're scratching out 33 and the thirds. So I'm going to give them something to scratch.
Okay.
And I found all the local musicians in town who had been on the Motown label, who had recorded, who were funk brothers at one time or the other. The main one who was a funk brother who traveled with us was Ernie Rogers. A lot of people know him. Martin Simmons, what's his name? Robert Jones.
Okay.
Ike Stubblefield, Rudy Robinson, God rest his soul, and Alonzo McKenzie, who is my music director, are the keyboard players. I mean, this is an important album because I can't do it again because Rudy's gone and he was my main producer. Terry Hughes, David Miles, and Leon Cook passed away. I mean, I've had 4 people to pass away after cutting this album. Leon was out of Toledo. On bass, we had Duke Billingsley, we had Darrell Smith, better known as Peanut, and a guy named Al McDowell out of New York who helped me. He started when I was doing Ain't Misbehaving. He was one of the musicians, and he started by helping me with production. It took 10 years to finish this album. And on trumpet, we had Marcus Belgrave.
I know about Marcus Belgrave.
And Racy Biggs,
both
Detroit's
of them
finest.
Yes.
And we had on tenor saxophone Albert Jones, who's gone on to heaven. He went all the way home to get an alto saxophone to play a solo on God Bless the Child, which is the only song on the CD that I didn't write.
Okay.
We might do that one too. And we had my brother Victor Reeves, who's now gone to heaven, playing drums. And he might be on the first one that I do, which is I Want Your Company. And Spider Webb, who plays out at Vert's Marketplace, is also a funk brother. He goes on the road with him now, and I think he's special. I think he's really wonderful. We had Edward Gooch played trombone. He plays keyboards too, but he's so talented. He played trombone on this album. And we had Ernie Rogers and Thomas Beans Bowles. And Thomas Beans Bowles took us, God rest his soul, took us on our first Motown review. He had been on the road with Bill Doggett. This is all history, and people ought to know how it happened. He told Barry, he says, you got all these acts, and they all need to be discovered. The Miracles had a hit record. The Mary Wells had entered the charts with Bye Bye Baby, and Marv had a hit with You Got What It Takes. Barrett didn't go on the road. He didn't want to. He had money out. It was a big seller. And Eddie Holland had out Jamie, but he didn't want to travel. So Bean said, take these acts and go on the road with them like Bill Doggett did and feature them all. And it was a great idea, but it was Beans Bowles' idea. He traveled with us, too. In fact, he got hurt on the second Motown review. They had an accident with Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
He got slightly hurt, but he's gone on to heaven. And Albert Duncan, all these guys had been on either on the scene with Teddy Harris and his Bebop Jazz Society.
Yeah, I
band.
knew Teddy.
Yeah, and this arrangement on my of God Bless the Child is a special arrangement that Teddy Harris wrote just for me.
Okay.
So this is a very special album. And,
Now, where
it's
can they
called
pick it
Home
up
to You.
at?
They can't.
Ooh.
I have to give it to them out in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get distribution. I don't know the business. It's not the way it used to be.
Okay.
It's like R&B isn't a nice place. It isn't dead, but it isn't the mainstream music. But everybody is emulating.
Well, we're gonna have to change that.
Rhythm and blues. Country western is rhythm and blues.
Mhm.
This hip hop stuff is shortcut because you're not using live musicians,
Right.
but they're using the R&B licks and the R&B rhythms. So R&B is a collection of gospel, jazz, country, funk, folk. It's everything, and I wanted an album with real musicians on it. And when you hear these tracks, you'll see.
All right, now we're gonna take a quick break. Let me run
Okay.
back over here. Now, you say they can't get that
No.
stuff for anyone but you.
Me. They can go online, MissMarthaReeves.com, and get it.
Okay.
MissMarthaReeves.com and get it.
Is that MISS or MS?
MISS MarthaReeves.com.
Miss Martha.
MissMarthaReeves.com.
MissMarthaReeves.com.
And they can see where
now
I'm
y'all
going.
heard that, right? So
Mhm.
you're gonna want to get that because this is a classic that
They can see where I'm going. I work with my Vandellas when I can, and I work on my own when I can. And I was city council for 4 years.
Right.
And my last day was November the 9th, 2009.
Now,
A
you know
day
something.
I'll always remember, but I'm so glad it's over. I've been working every other weekend. People have embraced me and said, "Come on back to work, honey. This is what you should be doing."
Now-
And I love them
Now
for
I
it.
got to ask this.
Yeah.
I must ask this because I never understood. Now for the 4 years you were on city council,
Yeah.
why didn't they ever have you hosting as Detroit is in the pit of financial ruin almost?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they ever have you host a show with the folks that you came up with through Motown to do fundraisers for the city of Detroit, kind of like how they did Farm Aid? Why didn't they do Detroit Aid? Why didn't they ever do that? I don't understand the logic behind that.
You can bet that I tried to make suggestions at just that thing, and it finally happened the other night at the State Theater, which is now the Fillmore.
But that was a
Theater.
fundraiser for Detroit?
Fundraiser for Detroit to enhance
Okay.
getting jobs, and I tried while I was on city council to do a lot of that. But it was, politics is another place, and nearly everybody that I served is not. I mean, everybody ain't in jail, but most of them are either being indicted or.
Hey, some of them should have been.
It's just I'm not a crook,
Yeah.
and you have to know how to. I don't know. It's a different place.
Mhm.
So being honest and being there, and I don't have a bad reputation. I was followed around, investigative reporters following me in my car and checking me out. They didn't find me in
Now, this is the
in no
thing.
crack houses. They
Now,
didn't
when
find
you-
me in no
when
whole
you-
houses. I wasn't no drunkard. I was
Now-
found in a casino with legal entertainment. That's legal entertainment.
Now, let me.
It wasn't no city council
I
money
got to
because
get in
I
here.
was leaned on by the federal government the last 3 years of my being on Detroit City Council, and I sang all the time so I wouldn't be homeless.
Yeah.
I had to go and work and sing and come back. In fact, I was elected with my show business money. I wasn't bought by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any endorsements. I thought I'd be a fair politician to go in and speak for the people. The way I voted was how people called me on the phone and asked me to vote. I went down. I was protesting
So
against them
you
taking
were
over Cobo
like a lot
Hall.
of folks tried to say you were bought in the mayor's pocket and all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. That didn't happen. Huh?
I ain't never been out with Kwame. I never went nowhere with him. I knew him in the office. I saw him pass by.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to the Manugian. I never been in there. I went outside in a tent a couple of times,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't in the clique.
Right.
Okay, there's a clique, and everywhere you go, I'm glad I'm in the clique in show business because I've worked with just about every major entertainer, and I'm in the clique that way. But
Okay.
politics. Ooh, what another story! I hope that
Now this
the
is the
council
thing. I
now
got to mention this. Now, according to the
concentrates
charter,
more on the people, in
according
this city
to
as
the
opposed
charter of the
politics.
city of Detroit, legitimately, city council only has to be there on vote day.
Right.
So when they were on you about performing, they were totally in the wrong because the people don't understand that they're giving folks all this money and they legitimately only have to be there once a week.
That's right.
And so all of the cry that the media tried to throw on you, they were lying.
But I got a
because you never missed vote days, did you?
No, I got a feeling that that was some of my peers and some of my competition sicking the press on me, and a lot of people have come up to me and said, they didn't do you right. They did me right because I was supposed to do that for 4 years, see what it was. I've been doing work for the city all my career. Mm-hmm. Joanne Watson, and I love her so, council member Joanne Watson, took me around to the different schools prior to my being on city council.
Yeah, I remember you coming on her show 12 years ago almost.
I've been doing city council work ever since Motown left here in 1972, mainly because a lot of people were angry and they were sort of bitter toward Motown, and I had to stay here and try to keep a good name going and let people know we appreciate them for buying our records and appreciate us. And the reason Berry Gordy left Detroit was because he had to go make movies and had outgrown the city or something. I don't know. I stayed here. Mm-hmm. I didn't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. And
I got to take a break because I got to go back on the other side.
Go ahead.
So you can continue.
What should I do?
Let's see.
I'll wait right here.
Let me give you something because you can flow. Not only can you sing, but you can flow. You sure you ain't no rapper?
I rapped on one of my records called "The Love Like Yours Don't Come Knocking."
Okay.
Want me to do it? Okay. Broke your heart.
I'm gonna run on over.
And I made you blue. Instead of hurting back, you said, I love you. That very day you won my heart. And my love for you shall never, never, never part.
All right.
You have such an understanding way. And I appreciate you. Believe what I say. 'Cause a love like yours don't come knock, 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 knocking, knock, knocking every day. Whoa, whoa.
All right. Martha Reeves, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Then we're going to take your phone calls, and we're going to come back and let her sing 2 songs and come right back at you and let you take calls, and we're going to just flow. So don't hang up. Hold your spot on the line. This is, of course, the Hodo Show and the Other Viewpoint, and I am your brother, if there is no other. If I had a commercial set, that would be good. We're going to be right back momentarily. Matter of fact, let me give you a little something. Matter of fact, you were talking about that song on this album. The one...
Yeah, I Want Your Company.
I Want Your Company?
Yeah.
I want to play some God Bless the Child into the break. Can I do that?
Oh, yeah. Teddy Harris.
All right.
Teddy Harris and a full 14-piece orchestra.
All right. We're going to do some God Bless the Child into the break, and we'll be, right back. Don't touch that dial, y'all.
Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Your mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Now the strong get more.
Reminding you to catch the Hodo Show and the Other Viewpoint at our new time, Sunday from 10 to midnight, for the very best in radio music and some of the most in-depth topics around, right here on your community radio station, 88.1 WHPR. I'm Hodo. Who are you? You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to.
You're listening to
The Hodo Show.
on 88.1 FM.